Welcome to another edition. Well, the GM tailgate tour truck upgrade is officially underway. Got it jacked up. Got the wheels situated here. Tires came in the other day. I got one tire off already, one wheel off. Not looking too bad. So, of course, once I get everything done, get the wheels on, get the exhaust on, bumpers on, and everything like I want, roll pan, then I'll probably come back, like I said, and that's when I'll give it the tune up. The brakes feel good, but you always want to maybe paint something up, look a little bit better, get away from the rust and whatnot. But like I said, I'm not going super far with this truck. It's just, I don't want it to spiral out of control to where next thing you know, you're taking beds off, cabs off, and it's just not, that's not what this truck is or is going to be. But yeah, a little small upgrade, something that, you might want to come home on a weekend from after work or whatever, and everyone kind of cleans, paints the drums up a little bit and things like that. But we've had a little break in the weather today. It was almost 50 degrees. So came out here and kind of got started. Got some other things I got to do as well. But looking pretty good, Like I said, the brakes, everything stops fine. There's no lights on or anything like that. So maybe I just get some new drums and paint them or whatever. I mean, it's not, I might blast a little paint underneath or something like that. But like I said, I'm not trying to go too far with it because it's going to be driven. I guess you could say it'd just be a decent beater truck, something cruise around in, and something you don't have to put a lot of, I guess, worry into or whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I wanted to pressure wash it before I did all this, but the weather's just up and down, and it's just too cold and all that stuff. So do the little upgrades I want to do, and then just kind of come back and clean it up. The last thing I'll probably do will be the carpet. Once I get these wheels on, I got a guy that wants these wheels, so that's one less thing sitting around my shop. Tires aren't too awfully bad. Maybe give them away to someone that might need some tires. But yeah. So hopefully might have everything I want to get done to this as far as what you saw sitting in that pile here. Hopefully have everything done by the weekend, maybe this coming week, I should say. Like I said, it's not rocket science here, but you want to take things apart and put things together as best you can. Clean a little bit of rust here and there, nothing spectacular, but make sure the bumper's on straight and take time with that and whatnot. Get the rear bumper off and put the roll pan on, and then I'm going to powder coat this roll pan. We found a color that's very similar. Like I said, we're not going showtime with all this, so why not? Powder coating is, we got the oven, we got the equipment, powder, all that stuff, so why not? But as you see, like I said, we're not dealing with a chip foose edition here. So get that done, and hopefully have some updates on this here soon. So I'm back. Got two tires on, or two wheels and tires on last night. Right now I'm grab the jack and bring it all around to the front. Get these two off. since I'm by myself most of the time, looking into one of those, I forgot what it's called now. It's a, I'm going to butcher the name, but I think it's like a motion detector gimbal or something like that, to where you can sit your camera up, phone or whatever, and it'll follow you. So I've got to invest in one of those so I can actually make better videos and not look like a found footage horror movie. But anyway, right now, getting this truck prepped up for the little tour that's coming up I'm going to do. So if I can set this down and it doesn't fall off, I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, yeah, it's all over the place. Sorry for that. Hopefully it doesn't fall, but I'm going to put the jack under that now, jack the front up, take the front tires off. Now you're probably saying, where's the jack stand? Well, I'm here by myself. Hey, even more reason to use a jack stand. But no, seriously, I'm not crawling under it, not doing any kind of repairs. I'm just taking the wheel off. Don't act like you've never done this either. So, you can see I think the rotors haven't been on there that long. The brakes look pretty good. I mean, like I said, it's dirty. Your basic rust that you'd have on something like that. But like I said, I'm gonna pressure wash it and whatnot. But I might take some paint, kind of just spray paint up in there. Nothing that's gonna, you know, kind of like nothing like an epoxy or anything like that, but just something to clean it up, give it some color, you know. So, like I said, these are a little harder to balance. But then I remember, it's been a while since I've messed with, normally I've been messing with like the 17s and stuff like that. But it's been a minute since I've messed with the wheels that's got that offset like that. Especially these. I'm sure they might be a little trick to balance, because I definitely don't want to put any of the weights on the outside, so we'll just have to go with that, see how it goes. But like I said, I really like how they look on there. They look really good to me. The tire size, I can live with that. I don't know, like I said in other videos, I don't know if I want to lower it. I mean, it's a good beat around truck that's going to look, decent, and, look pretty cool, like I said before. But I don't know. I just don't think. I mean, if I do, it'll be like a 2-inch drop, nothing major. But I think once I put the tires on the front and drop it back down, then I'll know, more about what I want to do. But I just don't see the need. I mean, it's not like, it's not like my, this one's going to have a 5-inch drop on it, but it's got the Beltec springs and coils and spindles, all that stuff. But like I said, when that's off of those little casters, you can definitely see. And anyone, if you're following and you're listening and you're talking, then you've been around these trucks before, or just lowered vehicles in general. So I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but I've got a few lowered vehicles now, not slammed or bagged or anything like that, but they are lower, I should say. Excuse me. But like this one, this has got a 4-inch drop all the way around. But I've got these are 17 by 9s. I like the 17s, old school, so what I've always liked. But these are 17 by 9s. I love the way they look and fit, but I just don't think I need that with this. I just don't. I mean, yeah, low looks good, man. There's no question about that, but this is basically going to be an everyday vehicle and beat around, hop around, I don't want to steal other people's vernacular and terminology and whatnot, but, got some trash. Be a nice little truck to, you want to pick up an engine or parts run, or I'm always doing stuff like that. And a lot of times I'll take the extreme, and it's one of them things of, the Extreme's a pretty nice truck. Well, kind of back it up. What I was talking about lowered, kind of jump around in the conversation, but this truck is not lowered. I did lower the rear to match the front, but these are 17 by 8s. And of course, it's got the ground effects on it from the factory. That lowered look. But anyway, kind of connect with the conversation I was just having. Depending on what you're going to pick up, a transmission or something like that. Some of these trucks are starting to get, the more you clean on them, the more you do on them, you kind of just don't want to mess them up. So this right here is a good in-between. It'll look good. It could, drive it anywhere you want. It'll have some shine to it, clean, but, you're not going to really get crazy if something happens to it. But anyway, I'm going to order that gimbal, however they pronounce it, but something like that I can move around and make more legit looking videos that look pretty cool. Because right now I'm following myself around. Yeah, I could put it off like in the distance and just work on stuff, but I don't know. I kind of like I like the hanging out vibe when I do videos, you know what I mean? Like as if somebody was in the shop talking to me and I'm just telling them what I'm doing and whatnot. I think we've all put wheels on a truck before. I think we've all put tires on something. We've cut exhaust off things. And so you're not really looking at anything new here. The wheel is not being reinvented. But, so this is the progress so far. I think next, once I get these wheels on, get the old ones off, new ones on, I think the next step, I'm waiting on exhaust bands right now. I like using the bands over the clamps because you can always take the band off, reuse the exhaust, or say you hit something. That way you're not cutting pipes off. I don't know, it just gets annoying, sawzalls and cutting wheels, and I don't know. I can just undo 2 bolts and have it off, or whatever section you got to take off. But I think the next thing I'm going to do is, after get the wheels and whatnot on it, I'm going to go ahead and put the bumper and new fog lights on it and get rid of those. And I've always loved the chrome bumper. Side note, if you're hearing something run, I got my Cadillac running. Haven't ran it in a few days. I like to keep fluids and whatnot moving. But So again, I'll get me a better camera set up to where I can actually kind of move around and the camera will follow me, and it doesn't look like some choppy video that they found on some ghost ship and all you're seeing is like things just happening and you can't figure it out. But so I'm gonna get started. Just filled up my air compressor, and I gotta pop these two caps off here, put the decal in the center of them. And of course, I still have to polish them. I mean, you can see they haven't had a polish in a while. Yeah, like I said, I got everything here, the fog lights, exhaust, everything's ready to go, just got to do it. So, I'll be back. Always good to have your own tire machine. A little help from the bead blaster. What I like to do with this sometimes, these type of tires, a little wider than the tire, take these arms and kind of split the difference. So I have to pop in the center cap off, do a little test fit here. I mean, I know they fit the truck, but sometimes, you know, you order stuff off of, you know, online or from people you don't know. They tell you things fit. You know, the guy did, like I said, he did give me a great measurement and they were the correct bolt pattern, but sometimes you just don't know with offsets and whatnot. So this right here is going to work. This has got plenty of room. Nothing's touching anything. Nothing's grinding. Plenty of room here. Get my hand down in there. So, gotta pop the old one off because a friend of mine wants those, and get these on. So there you go with those. Get ready to drop it off the jack. Been a while. I think I've mentioned it's been a minute since I've messed with wheels with these type of offsets. They took more weight than I would have liked, or normally used to, I guess, but as long as they don't vibrate or anything like that, we're good to go. Of course, you know, like I said, cheaper tire and all that stuff plays a factor, but they all wanted the same amount of weight. So there wasn't one that was like called for insane weight and weird weights. It was like the exact same amount for each one. And no matter where I spun the tire to, it wasn't that much off, maybe a quarter ounce. So we'll see. Got to get the exhaust on it. So I can take it down the road, do a test run on it, get it up to 55, 60, 70 miles an hour, interstate speeds, and see what she feels like. But I'm liking how she's looking. So right now, I've got to get my cleaner so I can clean this off and put that on. Like I said, this is plastic, so you can polish plastic. You can use abrasives on it a little bit. I think they do have a coating on it. You can kind of see it compared to this, compared to that. But I've never had a problem. As long as you don't dig too deep, you can actually use like ultrafine steel wool to just kind of get that out. You can also wax it, I think, if you want to, like kind of wet sand it. I've done that before too, but I've never had a problem. Just take a little bit of aluminum polish, and of course you don't want to dig deep. A lot of times I leave this on the wheel. If I have one like this, I'll leave it on the wheel, and by the time I'm done smearing all around the wheel, it's got some on this, so you're wiping this either way. So like I said, these wheels and center caps are probably 30 years old. So over 25, because the guy had it in 98. So who knows how old these are? There's no kind of stamping on them, anything like that. So let me get this cleaned up, get this on it, and I'll be back. All right, so got that done. Like I said, pay no mind to that. And again, I don't know if these are prime wheels. I have no clue what wheels these are, but I measured them with a micrometer. Then I just went looking around, found these on eBay. They're the perfect size, so we're going with it. So pop that on, walk around to the jack. Let her down. Yeah, I think that's doable. I think we can live with that. See if I can turn the steering wheel without starting it. Get a nice little profile on it. So I'm liking it. I think I mentioned, as far as some videos are going, I'm getting I guess what they call a tracking gimbal. And I can just set it on something and just kind of follow me around without all the, as I mentioned in another video that I'm adding to this one, without that found footage look. Again, I'm not a director, nothing like that. I'm a worker. I get things done. And this is kind of like the second part of things, I guess, if that's the term. Not really the term, but after the fact is a good way to put it. I do the work and I'm sitting here rushing to a video like somebody's actually here listening to me. But yeah, anyway, I don't have a lot of videos up, but learning my way around, all that good stuff. Maybe I won't learn my way around. It'll just be junk all the time. Maybe that'll be my thing. But anyway, this is that part of it. Still got the bumper to put on, fog lights, roll pan, exhaust. Got to get the exhaust first. Next, I might put the bumpers on it, whatnot, but got to get the exhaust on it so I can drive it down the road and see how it feels. Make sure there's no vibrations, anything like that. But I'm definitely loving what I see so far. All right, so that concludes the wheel and tire installation, and I'm really liking it. I don't know if I could get away with a 2-inch drop on this or not with this size tire. Looks kind of close in the front. I mean, as far as dropping it, I mean, it definitely has, the height would be fine, but I'm not sure if that'll touch or clear. Again, like I said before, it's not that important to me to lower it at all. Again, you can get carried away with these things, and next thing you know, you're, well, I'll just get a different size tire. The next thing you know, you might be getting a different size wheel. And then it's kind of snowballs. I think we know what that's about. But I'm kind of thinking it's good the way it is to me. Like I said, I've got a couple trucks that are fairly low. Nothing slammed, hardcore, anything like that. But they are lower than your average height, I should say, sorry. But I think I'm happy with this. Leave it be. And I think next, like I said, would be the exhaust, so I can at least drive it and just get a feel, make sure. It could be ugly as hell, but it's got to at least ride a little decent. So I think next thing to do, I want to do is I might put the bumper on tonight, I'm not sure, but that's not a big thing. But I definitely need to get the old exhaust off so I can put the new on and take it down the road and just feel, make sure everything's riding nice before I move on to something else. But you can see, like I said, I got a new converter, new pipes, muffler, all that stuff. So stay tuned.